galactic friends, and welcome back to another episode of App Review. Today we got 3 epic React Native applications. I can't say anything bad about them. They have tremendous rating on the App Store. They are really popular and really useful, and they look great and work great, and everything about them is great. But as always, I will find these small nuggets that could be improved in these applications that feel strange to users and that you can learn from. Watch the full episode, and of course check out Galaxies if you want to build your own React Native applications. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button below this video so you get notified about all the upcoming tutorials and videos about React Native. And now let's dive into these apps. Alright, first app of the day is called Everyday, and I'm all completely down for a good habit tracking app that also looks amazing. And if you look at the store ratings, this app has an immense base of users, 100k here on Android. For iOS anyway, we also got 1k rating with a 4.7 star rating, and I think this app deserves this. I haven't used it before, but just from the screenshots from the platforms covered, it seems to be an epic application. And I contacted the creator, of course. He told me that it's a bare React Native project because Expo was not mature enough at that point. They started this app as a React web app 4 years ago, and that completely makes sense. The technology stack is a basic React Native front end with React Navigation. Backend is Node MySQL API hosted in AWS. And then they added support for macOS using Catalyst, and a watchOS app is written in Swift. And we also implemented interactive widgets. And so there's a lot going on. I'm really excited. Let's get into the application. Gonna start this, and we're gonna see welcome to Everyday. It immediately asked me to sign in. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen that before, and I don't know why it's doing it. But anyway, I like that screen. I don't know if I like that this part up here is white, or if it should like fill it, but I think that's could be really challenging. I like that this stuff here automatically animates. So you're gonna see the whole colors here change, and this swipes through automatically. This is pretty cool. Nice. Oh yeah, I like that. I certainly like that. Our brain's a little bit of introduction. Okay, yeah, let's go next. Yeah, that's cool. I like that all of these introduction pages have sort of animation or things going on. Let's close this in the background. That might be too confusing. But that's pretty cool. So we're gonna go next. Okay, at this point it's getting a bit too much for me to read, but I think it's cool. Yeah, that's a good way usually to pitch your pro plan in the beginning. However, I just wanna use this app. I don't wanna allow this. And now it looks like I'm in the app. So I wanna record videos. I can add a description, be specific, consider these tips. I can pick a color, I can set a time, which opens, yeah, sort of a bigger frequency every day. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And yeah, I would like to allow break habit. Okay, let's hit save. That's a pretty good way of, I don't know what's going on up there, but that's a pretty good way of throwing your users into your application by giving them a first quick win. So the idea of this app is most likely to create habits and streaks and whatnot. So you want to get people to use your app, and like pointing them directly to insert the first habit right here after the intro is a great way to make sure that people have this first thing going on. So now I got this point where I should probably click. So let's click it. It looks like I did record something. And I really like the usage of animation across this one and these triangles or whatnot. Okay, this is interesting whenever it asks me to submit a rating, which I actually haven't seen here. My preview shuts down. So how can I get back to this? Okay, I'm back in the app. So we got a tab bar navigation. I can see my cool overview. We've seen this here, of course, before. This is like the main feature of this application, that I can track something. I have a personal account in which I can log in or sign up. We do have a learn section. All of this is based on React Navigation. I like the clear colors. Green is just the primary color here in this application, but it also sometimes changes the colors. That's okay. Power of habits, yeah, some settings, that's cool as well. I might have liked like the iOS big title, so it's like big and when you scroll it, it gets small. But of course, it also makes sense to have these cards up and sticky here. No, I don't. I didn't want to show my shortcuts. Okay, let's create another habit. Let's call this one test. It's some random color, hit save. And I got a second one up here. And I like how I can swipe this view. It's really nicely separated. This new habit button, I actually don't like it a lot. It is too small for me. As an iOS user, this definitely does not feel like a regular button. I would have expected like a fab button down here, which you usually see, or a bit more bigger button. Also, this plus icon here is quite small, and this one, I don't know, it just feels too small to me. I don't know exactly why that's the case, but this is how it is. This is the app review. Okay, I can add more habits, or I can filter this out. This seems to be a different view. This is an interesting transition. I click up here in the Okay, so I click here, which seems to be used as sort of a side menu. So this reveals here a menu. This pattern is not really clear to me. I don't know, I can't explain it, but my brain just can't, like, my brain doesn't understand what's going on. I click this button and it kind of moves the view, but also not just the half, and half of the tab bar is still. This totally confuses my brain. It has drag and drop. That's cool. That's always a plus if you have drag and drop. And that Get Everyday Premium up here is kind of like a nice little hint. I would probably, if I was the creator, I would make this more obvious that people, you should go premium, pay the price for this application. But beyond that, of course, this is the usual stay subscribed screen. From down here, I get back to settings, and then my tab bar moves. So this is the only strange thing I noticed in the app, this shift of the whole UI, which kind of confuses my brain, but maybe it's also a cool pattern disrupt way. Beyond that, this is an epic application built with React Native. It does exactly what it should, and the creators achieved this by first building a web app with React, then using React Native to transition, and now they have the chance and the possibility to extend to every platform they want. As you can see, we got an iPad app, we got Apple Watch, and for Android the same. Including all the cool little widgets they developed alongside this project. So go check it out, highly recommended, everyday.app, and give a thumbs up for this React Native app. Second app of the day is called ShadowLens, developed by my good friend Mark Rosavi and the team at Margello. You know them for a bunch of packages, and this is probably the showcase for the React Native Vision Camera package. If you haven't seen this, this is one of the best packages you can use if you need a high performance camera in your React Native application, including frame processing. We still need to do a tutorial on this, I remember. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a detailed video on using React Native Vision Camera. But ShadowLens is available both on the App Store, iOS and Android. Of course, it has pretty good ratings here on iOS. So I don't know how heavily it is used, but let's see if it is really the fastest application. So yeah, it definitely is. It really launches immediately. Okay, ShadowLens needs camera permission, needs microphone. Yeah, can we just like do it? Okay. Yeah, that's a nice, actually kind of a nice way to do this. Although I don't like the text links. All right, here we are. And I don't know why, but this feels wild. It feels, maybe it's because of 60 FPS. This feels different than the camera I usually use. I already feel how I can film my virtual Porsche, which I don't have. But this is really nice. Okay, let's see. We're right inside the camera. I can, of course, switch it. This is also pretty fast. I've seen that this is slower in other applications. We can change it to 30 FPS instantly. Yeah, this is more of the kind of like filming that I'm used to. You see, this is kind of like slow stuff going on. And if I now go to 60, it feels a lot better. It feels a lot better. I like it. I really like it. Okay, then I can probably zoom in. Oh, I can change the exposure. Okay, let's see. Can I change this? Okay, exposure. I'm really not an expert with camera stuff. Exposure changes, makes it darker now. Okay, but honestly, I like this sliding here. It has also this little haptic feedback. You can't hear or feel it. I would love you to have this. If I make it really dark, all of this becomes really dark in here. Okay, this is my setup here. Welcome to my life. Let's make this light again. Maybe this is better if I do it on myself. So let's switch it around 60 FPS, and then I change the exposure to... Okay, this is making me... Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's do a video now. Oh, there was a picture actually. Okay, that was probably my fault in a bad picture. But I can now delete it, change it. But what we see, especially, how can I make a movie? Let's make a movie. Can I just hold this? Yeah, it just immediately understands that I need to hold this button and it pulls us down there. I like this. This is a pretty cool camera application. Let's stop it. And this is the actual video. I think it has 60 FPS, right? And it makes it feel really good. So now I can quickly share this to other platforms. I could probably use this in Instagram stories or on TikTok or wherever I want. And this is a cool application because two reasons. First of all, it's actually kind of useful, especially for creators. They can quickly snap something. In many cases, I want to have something that I can do really quickly. I want to quickly film, quickly snap a picture. And this application boots instantly. So all the haters of React Native and the loading times, have you seen this? How fast this starts? It was like instantly. Second, it also works flawlessly. You say we can capture 4K videos in either 30, 50 or 60 FPS or shoot up to 5K photos already perfectly exposed with the press of a single button. Really. Is that the case? Is this perfectly exposed? Yeah, probably it is. I don't know how I would make it any better. So if you want to see the React Native Vision Camera package in action, go download ShadowLens on iOS and App Store. And also, if you're looking for an application that can actually capture really, really good images and videos with a nice preset, then give ShadowLens a try and support microservice development at Magello. Third application of the day was submitted by Josh, first-time dev and fan of my channel. Thank you, Josh. That's great. The Wave app AI was developed by Josh. Wave transcribes and summarizes recorded audio and phone calls in any languages using AI. I haven't used any of these AI tools yet, but this one looks pretty cool. So, of course, I downloaded it. It has 1.4K ratings on iOS. This has to be like the best AI note-taking application. So I haven't seen it yet, but I can probably already recommend it. Yeah, 4.9 out of 5. That's an unbelievable great rating. Congratulations, first of all. And again, using React Native, this app was developed. So here we go. Here is the Wave app. Let's see what you got. I kind of like these colors. I like to track my application. I usually don't understand this. These days I kind of allow it because I actually like these little ads I see when playing games. Yeah, you say, oh, Simon, why do you like ads? Yeah, hear me out. I have discovered so many new games through those ads, and that's of course the whole idea of these ads. But anyway, I kind of enjoy them, and I like to have tailored ads at this point because they recommend good games to me to waste more time. Anyway, back to the application. So, what can I do here? It looks cool. I don't like here seems to be like a progress of slides. So maybe some dots or something would be better in this case, like or indicating the progress somehow. And also allowing me to swipe, because right now I can only click that button. I tried swiping, it doesn't work. Okay, continue. Yep, cool. I don't know why I can't swipe. That shouldn't be an issue. I can actually swipe to go back, so that looks to me. Okay, that's interesting. By the way, the continue button is not in the same place. Just look at this. If I go back, it's further down there. If I go continue, it's more up, and then it's there. So it looks like this is just stacking pages. I would have used an intro slider component instead of like pushing new pages on the stack. I don't know if there was a reason for this. I highly doubt it. Usually you have a slider. Okay, try and see how it works. Sit and relax. Select a recording from the template below. Okay, so we do have some predefined recordings down here. That's interesting. I don't know what more cowbell is. Is it like a cow? Okay, now the sound comes out. I don't know where, I can't hear it. But there's also a little glitch here. So it seems to have rounded border, but at the same time there's an edge. So looks kind of interesting on both ends. Anyway, we assume that there was some sort of noise going on, which we haven't heard now because of my failure. So let's process that audio, and it gives me a transcription of that audio, most likely. If I press play, I can't hear it. Maybe you can, but I doubt it. Anyway, I kind of like this screen. It's a modal, and at the bottom we have this floating component, so that's pretty cool. With a wave progress here, I would kind of like to scroll through the progress. So just tapping here to go somewhere, and then it highlights where I am in the text. But anyway, let's continue. Now we need to sign in. Okay, that's fair. So let's do it. And once I'm logged in, it will like to send me a notification. Yeah, at this point, I don't really understand why it should send me notification. Okay, here we go. This is probably the most brutal way I've seen of like an intro thing. I don't know, this looks, I don't know, that red stuff, it looks a bit out of place. I don't know why, I can't exactly tell. We have this cool, fancy background, this meta-like, yeah, we have a new product announcement, then here, click here, red arrow down there. And up here we have like the default of iOS. It's very calm. I don't know. It's a strange mixture to me. Get started by clicking that button below. Yeah. I'm recording a video about the Wave AI Note Taker application, and it's going to be interesting if you can transcribe this correctly and if my pronunciation of the English words is correct. Okay, it's uploading the file, audio upload, audio transcription, generating summary. Let's see. This is pretty fast, but I also had just 10 seconds of audio. What I don't exactly record. Okay, here we go. I'm recording a video about the Wave AI Note Taker. It's going to be interesting if you can describe this correctly with my pronunciation of the English word. Actually, that's pretty good. It's also generating a summary. Interesting. The summary is like 10 times the length of the words I used in audio. Anyway, yeah, well, that's interesting. Let's add it to a folder. That's actually an interesting technology, or actually something interesting to talk about, like having folders and in an application. I can edit the summary. Okay, that would take me somewhere. I can also customize the summary and change the style. I really like how I can go through the app, although I have now like 3 stacked modals. This seems to be like the Gorham button sheet, where this is an actual modal. So interesting stuff going on. This view is pretty cool. I like how, yeah, I really like that stuff. You see in this iOS stuff going on up there. I really like that. I like the pills for a quick switch here. I can also do this. Yeah, this is done very nicely. This takes me, okay, in a very gentle way to upgrading to a pro subscription. I can also start recording my calls. I wasn't aware how this works, and I really don't want to do this right now, but that's interesting. Okay, here are my folders. I can also add another folder. Where am I typing right now? I'm typing somewhere up here. Something is wrong. Okay, I can't even... Okay, now we get into trouble, my friends. Now we get into trouble. Okay, let's leave that screen. We do have the folder. That's cool. That was a nice animation. That was a nice enter. That was probably from Reanimated, some sort of enter animation. Watch out. How it like bumps and fades in. Maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe a gentle thing of just coming up from the bottom with a fade would be enough. We don't really need the bump. But anyway, nicely done. Okay, it looks like I have 30 minutes of free wave time. That's cool. And the usual setting screen. That's actually a nice example of a good structured setting screen. Although, oh, what a typical issue here. You see this one? This insert, this thing here is taking up too much space, pushing out the icon here. You should listen to the talk about yoga, about layouting from Delphine. Then you will understand why this happens in React Native and how you can easily prevent this. Okay. Besides that, I don't really have anything to complain about this application. This is pretty cool. It uses, of course, AI in the background. This is always impressive, still to me. And what this app does is, of course, very easy. You take notes, it summarizes them, and it's highly useful. So I completely understand why this app has so many great ratings. I think it's not yet available on Android as far as I've seen. At least there's just a download on the App Store button. But this is an epic, great application. And again, developed with React Native, of course. Josh, great job. Continue your work on Wave. I think it is already very successful. I don't know if Apple and the new Apple AI stuff will replace this in any way. But anyway, the folders and the things you can do in the Wave app are impressive. And of course, as it's done with React Native, a perfect fit for this app review. Alright, and that's it for today's app review. You submitted so many applications. The last time I asked for new apps, I could have done like 5 episodes, but this was our casual summer React Native app review. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another one very soon based on all the things I got. So, what do we have today? We had the everyday application, really great tracking application, shows how you can start with a React web application and then transition to a native market using React Native. Second one was a great use case or showcase for the React Native Vision Camera package. So definitely, if you plan on using React Native Vision Camera, check out ShadowLens and you're gonna be surprised how well and how great these 60 FPS videos and photos, well, photos not, but videos look. And last but not least, the Wave application for AI notating. I don't know, again, if Apple might kind of consume a bunch of these AI applications very soon with their new stuff. But anyway, this application has also great ratings, worked perfectly when I tried it out. I gave it a couple of tries. I really like the folders. I don't know, there's something about like doing folders virtually in an application that gets me every time. But anyway, the application worked great with the recording and the transcription of my voice. So check out all these 3 applications, support them. If you got questions or own applications, you know, leave them in the comments and I might check them out in the next app review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button for the upcoming videos on React Native, and I will catch you in the next one. So until then, happy coding, Simon.